word from our partners, and when we return, we'll start the conversation.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's IKEJA Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on IKEJA Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment? Electrocution? God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact IKEJA Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, kindly contact IKEJA Electric's nearest office to you and also report any energy theft you notice around you through IKEJA Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250 and 0700-022-5543 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Hey, have you heard the good news about IKEJA Electric?
What is new this time?
IKEJA Electric has made payment of electricity bills a lot easier through multiple payment channels accessible anywhere, anytime. You can pay using bank mobile apps and websites, IKEJA Electric website, and through their payment agents as well. The payment channels are convenient, reliable, and secure.
Fantastic!
Please pay your bill to avoid disconnection and ensure you collect or print your receipt as evidence of payment. Do not give cash to any IKEJA Electric staff for bill settlement, reconnection fee, meter bypass, or any of the surcharges. For more information, visit www.ikejaelectric.com. You can also contact customer care on 01-700-250 and 01-2272-940 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, IKEJA Electric and you. We said for the conversation, but quickly taking you through the roads, we did tell you that the Third Milan Bridge is getting much better right now, even though you have it slow around the Ojota end, linking up with Chinatown and Alakpere. It's slow and steady, nothing unusual. Beyond that point, towards Ogudu, it gets better, and then the Third Milan Bridge is also looking good. Of course, you need to watch out for the connecting. That's Adeniji. But beyond that point, it looks good. Ikorodu Road is where we have major issues this morning, and it is slow. If you're coming in from the K2 end, linking up with Ojota proper, it's a slow one. I've not heard of anything unusual. Pretty slow. Trying to connect with Odo-Yalaru. Beyond Odo-Yalaru, it gets better. Maryland, Afadeyi, Funshaw Williams. A little bit slow between Eko Bridge connecting NEPA, but nothing unusual within that corridor. Okay then, so we've done some house cleaning duties. Let's sink our teeth into the conversation this morning, and that's because last week we started that conversation on metering services under IKEJA Electric. We're going to be extending that dialogue to the next level. Halima Shaibu is External Communications Coordinator for IKEJA Electric, and she's joining me live in the studios this morning. Halima, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. How are you? Hope you had a fantastic weekend.
I did, and I hope you did too.
Oh, very well. Thank you.
All right, so last week we were doing this virtually, but today you're here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dwell a bit more on the things that people should know under IKEJA Electric. First off, state of power supply within the network, how's it?
Good, Victor. I must tell you that a lot of people are enjoying you. I'm sure you're also a Band A customer, so you're testifying to the goodness.
Well,
and of course, learning.
I'm not Band A yet.
Oh, really? So, but you get there because, of course, the idea is for us to ensure that Nigerians get electricity, and for you to begin to get used to energy management.
All right. So we heard from Grandma Olainka last week, and she was talking about the Ogba corridor. I hope IKEJA Electric have been able to give attention to that area too.
Oh, sure. So as I even spoke to Grandma and, of course, updated her. She said she sent somebody to the head office. Of course, I've told her that the process of migrating outstanding onto a new meter, that process is still on. And so if she's getting the meter, she can go ahead, and the outstanding, of course, can be put on those meters for them to pay conveniently.
Okay, so last week we started that conversation on meters and the roles they play. You give us a proper definition of what a meter is and how it works. As we speak today, what are the types of meters that are under IKEJA Electric?
Okay, so we have different vendors. You know, prior to now, when the federal government, of course, was giving out meters for free under the National Mass Metering Scheme. But since that scheme has been suspended, we now have, of course, the people refer to as MAPs, that is Meter Asset Provider. And under the IKEJA Electric franchise, we have 6 of them. The popular one, of course, like you very well know, is Mojek. And we have the MBH. We also have Aries Electric. We have CIG, the one people call Conlog, and NHC, and we have Pictim. Now, the Pactim, rather. So for all of these 6, the way we have designed it now, Victor, when you go to the website and you want to pay for the meter, it's such that customers are at liberty to choose whatever vendor they want to buy from. So when you get there, you can choose the vendor, you can choose the price. The price is there, everything is there. It's just up to the customer to make up their mind on what they want to buy and the vendor they want to buy from.
Okay, so, but at a point, people were finding it difficult getting a meter from, through these channels which you talked about. How is the state of things now? Can I get a meter today if I apply? How is it working right now?
Why not? If you want to get a meter, all you need to do is to go to smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com. Go there, depending on what category you belong to. If you're if you're separating an account, if you're a new user, if you want to create an account that you'll be billed before the meter will come, or you want to choose the option of getting the meter, waiting for the meter to come, of course, before the house is connected. All of that is for the customer to decide when you get there. So say, for instance, you are on the site and you want to separate. So you have an existing account and you want to separate or have an additional account. If you've opened 2, it's going to pass through the process of approval. Thereafter, you get an email notification telling you that that has been approved, and then you go back to the Smart KYC site to complete the registration process. Easy and straightforward. It enables you to pay once the meters are available. So unlike the past where customers have complained of paying and they aren't getting the meters as soon as they expected, this one allows you to see the stock, just like buying something from Jumia or Konga, for example. So you're seeing the stock is saying we have 6 left, we have 10 left. So you just choose from whichever vendor that is okay for you, and then you can pay based on availability. So yes, the answer to that is yes. If you go to that site, you'll be able to pay for a meter. How much is a meter right now? The prices differ, like I said, because we have different vendors and they have different prices. But the list so far, if you're buying a single face meter, is 125,000 naira. That's a single face meter. And then if you are buying a 3-phase meter, you're paying about 208,000 naira. However, please note that this price varies from time to time, because remember that this is largely been affected by forex, and these vendors, of course, would have to adjust their prices as it demands. So when you get to the site, you'll be able to make up your mind. And like I said, all of these vendors sell at different prices. It's also important to note, Victor, when you were talking about the types of meter, I'm not sure you were referring to the vendors. You're talking about whether we have prepaid or non-MD and MD meters. Yes, we do have meters for our non-MD customers. These are customers, of course, that are regarded as mostly residential customers, or customers whose load demand is less than 45 kVA, while those who are regarded as MD, maximum demand customers are customers whose load is equal to or above 45 kVA kilowatts in terms of their load demand. So how do you now know whether you belong to either of these, especially for those who are regarded as MD? Of course, you will need people to come to your premises to take your load reading, so that way you can be advised appropriately.
All right. So there was there were some messages that we could not really address properly last week. Let me see if I can just run through some of them. The pen that I talked about, it says, hello, please, how do we report officials who dupe us, collected 150K for meters, and later said we should bring another money so she can go so that you can go and bribe some officials. You didn't even put your name, by the way. So in that kind of scenario, how can that be addressed?
Okay, it's very easy and straightforward. But before I even tell you how to go about reporting extortion or any form of illegality, it's important to note that we do not encourage customers to give money to whoever they feel is their friend or an employee or a colleague of IKEJA Electric. That's why we have made this process very seamless, easy, and straightforward. Just go to smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com and you'll be able to do everything yourself. You don't need a middleman or an agent, thereby putting yourself in this kind of situation. But for this customer that wants to whistleblow, that wants to report, and of course you can even remain anonymous by doing that, there's a toll-free line to call, and the number is 0800 847
all right
6337. I'll take that again. 0800 847 6337. That's a toll-free number. Please ensure that whatever it is that you're calling to talk about is related to a misconduct, illegality, or something in that area. Not a complaint like my meter is not working, my transformer is not anything related to a complaint, but something that has to do with illegality or a misconduct.
All right.
In this case.
Right.
This customer can also send an email to express yourself at ikejaelectric.com. Express yourself at ikejaelectric.com. Please note that as you're doing that, you still remain anonymous. So in this case, even when you send an email, we do not get to see the sender's email address. You still remain anonymous.
Okay.
And if you go to our website, www.ikejaelectric.com/whistleblowing, you'll be able to fill a form where you can provide all of this information and it will be taken care of.
All right. So Alexander also sent in a message. Says, "Good morning, Victor. Most of these sayings by IKEJA Electric are theoretical. The reality is the opposite." He says, "In my community at Sele Ashuri Akute, he says our transformer has been taken for repairs over 5 months. He says several visits have been made to their office, not to talk of monies that they have collected, but nothing has come out of it." So please let us know the reality. Alexander is sending that one in.
Okay.
So is Akute under IKEJA Electric?
Yes, some part of Akute, definitely. So
Okay.
this customer will probably even provide more information so we can get at least more information on this. So
Okay.
if you're out, maybe transformer is faulty, of course it will be taken to the workshop. It will take some time to get it back to the community. But note that you don't have to pay anybody. I think sometimes our people are quick to want to pay because they think that it's only when they pay that things will get done quickly. You don't have to do that. Just keep a tab on whoever it is that is in charge of your location. For instance, make sure you're in touch with the undertaking manager. Make sure you're talking to the technical person, which we refer to as the OMC of that location.
Don't you have spare transformers that you can replace?
Of course, it depends on the nature of the case. So if you go to a transformer and it requires a repair, we would repair. If it requires a transformer, a replacement, if it requires a replacement will be done. So it depends on the case. So we don't have all of those details, Victor, like you very well know. So that's why I would advise this customer to just make sure he follows up on either the undertaking manager or the technical person in charge of that location, and you get updated information.
All right, then this man was talking about he says, "Good morning, Traffic Radio." So what could be the issue? Why is there no light in the Babajide Sanwo-Olu International Market at Kesu bus stop since April? Okay, I think you addressed this last week.
Okay, so usually markets, cases of markets being out is usually a case of non-payment. So when you hear the market is out, is 9 out of 10 times a case of market, people not willing to pay.
Okay.
So ensure that you put your house together, go and mobilize your people to pay debts that they are owing. So if it's a market, most likely it's because the non-payment of electricity bill.
Okay, so I hope you've taken note of that. This one says, "Great morning to you, Traffic Radio. Not all of the listeners are internet scholars, so can we have MAPS addresses?" Kayode, MAPS is the meters asset
provider.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so it's not about having their address. There's a process through which you must reach them. So the KYC is the Know Your Customer portal, which you have to pass through as a customer of IKEJA Electric to reach out to this third-party vendor. So you don't have to know their physical address. All you need to do is to pass through this process. This process has been laid down so that there can be a handshake between the service provider and these vendors that you're talking about. So it's not a question of walking to their office. No, you can't do that. You have to pass through IKEJA Electric as your service provider, in this case, to be able to reach the vendors. And that's what the online platform is for. And so he was talking about not being able to use the internet. So the whole idea of using the internet is actually to address the issue of extortion, Victor. Like you see people say, oh, please, can you help me get the meter? Is when you start telling people that there's a room for people to extort. So, but if you're able to do it on your own, or you go to a business center where somebody can do it right there in that office, it will be done without having to speak to any of our officials or anybody who claims to be an agent. So that's just what we're trying to manage, so that people don't have to use a middleman or an agent to get it done. So you can go to a business center and ask somebody that works there who knows how to use the internet to help you register. I wouldn't consider that being an agent.
So let me find out from you. So if I apply for a meter today, how soon can I get it?
Okay, so if you apply for a meter, it takes 10 working days from the day of payment.
10 working days?
Yes.
Wow.
So, in fact, for some customers, there's a customer about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. This customer paid and got it in less than 10 days.
Okay.
Applied for 11 meters in one premises and got it in less than 10 days.
Oh.
So, but based on the SLA, it is 10 working days from the day of payment. If there's any variation from that, any deviation from that, it means that there's an anomaly. Either there's no match of the information, there's a mismatch of information, of which the customer is supposed to quickly begin to do a follow-up with our customer care by ensuring that every information provided in terms of address and phone number, everything is correct.
So do we have any backlog?
No, we don't. As of now, except we have exceptions. We have what we call exceptions. So these exceptions are this group of people where they have issue of maybe at the time of registering on the KYC portal, there's a mistake. Maybe the name that they're using to register is different from the name of the owner of the house. All of these might bring about delay, where you would have paid for more than 10 days, 20 days, a month, and yes. So you need to follow up and find out why. And that's why sometimes some KYCs have been rejected. Because there's no match between the information that you're providing or issues of NIN, one thing or the other. So that's why it's important that you have to follow up, ensure that you go back to the Smart KYC site to be sure that your KYC has been approved and all of that.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, IKEJA Electric and You is the program. Halima Shuaibu, External Communications Coordinator for IKEJA Electric. She's answering so many questions this morning, especially those ones that are bugging your minds on meter services under the distribution company. We're going to take another short break. When we return, we'll hear from you. 08099120777 and 09153877127. A brief break, we'll be back.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's IKEJA Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on IKEJA Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment? Electrocution? God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact IKEJA Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, kindly contact IKEJA Electric's nearest office to you and also report any energy theft you notice around you through IKEJA Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250 and 0700-022-5543 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Hey, have you heard the good news about IKEJA Electric?
What is new this time?
IKEJA Electric has made payment of electricity bills a lot easier through multiple payment channels accessible anywhere, anytime. You can pay using bank mobile apps and websites, IKEJA Electric website, and through their payment agents as well. The payment channels are convenient, reliable, and secure.
Fantastic! Please pay your bill to avoid disconnection and ensure you collect or print your receipt as evidence of payment. Do not be give cash to any IKEJA Electric staff for bill settlement, reconnection fee, meter bypass, or any of the surcharges. For more information, visit www.ikejaelectric.com. You can also contact customer care on 01-700-250 and 01-2272-940 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. IKEJA Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Back to the roads quickly. Penn Cinema Corridor still looking good, even from a live camera infrastructure in the studios is looking pretty good. Ojota, we still have it a little bit problematic. Those of you connecting the interchange, linking up with Ojota proper, slow and steady. That's what you have there. Ojota, K2, if you're coming from the K2 end, it's getting better a bit, but it's still slow and steady. The Alakpore end, coming in from Chinatown, linking up with Alakpore, still slow as well. All right, so we can hear from you now. If you have any questions that relates to the metering or perhaps the power supply, Halima is here to respond to you, and that's on 08099-120777 and then 091-5387-7127. Messages are streaming in for you, Halima. This one says, good morning, Victor. And Halima says, what are the common reasons for delays in meter installations and how are they being addressed? Basira is sending that one in.
Okay, thank you very much, Basira. So I think one of the commonest is information mismatch. So your phone number is not probably the owner of the house. The agent's number might be put there. We call the agent and we're not able to get to the house.
Okay.
Or number not available, not being able to reach that number, not being able to match the number and the ARN. Name of landlord differs from the name with which the meter is being bought or being paid for. All of that are reasons why. That's why we advise people to, when you want to register for a meter, ensure that it's the owner of the house that has all the information and make sure that the information tallies with whatever it is that we already have.
All right, this one says, is there a way for customers to track the status of their prepaid meter applications?
Okay, as per tracking, I guess the only way, like we said, is once you pay, let's say you pay on the 1st and the 1st happens to be...
Okay, just a second, let's see if we can take this call. Hello there, good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir.
All right, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Alex. I'm calling from IKEJA.
Okay, was this the Alex that sent the message last week?
I'm sorry?
I said, is this the same Alexander that sent a message from Akute last week?
No.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Alex.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I want to make a quick comment to IKEJA. IKEJA is my provider living in IKEJA.
Okay.
First, I want to commend Halima. She has tried to give some insight into the process. But I would say that it's not as sweet as she makes it sound.
Okay.
In November last year, I have an existing prepaid meter, the fourth generation smart meters. Okay, and it has become increasingly difficult to vend, and I was told that IKEJA Electric is phasing it out. So I would need to migrate to the latest version of smart meters. No problem. In November last year, I completed the KYC process and all that. I started waiting to make payments. Now, apparently, there's some issue with meter supply. I understand at the beginning of this year that there was an issue regarding the increase in prices. Of course, meters are imported and all that. Prices are dependent on the FX rate and all that. So what is not being publicly said is that there's a problem with meter availability. So she is correct that within 10 days of payment for the meter, you will get, the payment is made online on their portal. Within 10 days or thereabouts, you will get your new meter installed. But what she has not mentioned is that before you are able to make that payment, voila.
Okay.
I started the process in November. Honestly, it took me having to reach out to a couple of very senior people in IKEJA Electric before I was able to make payments on the portal.
Wow.
You go to the portal, there is never any meter available. I understand that when the meters are allocated, it will open briefly. If you are lucky to be in the portal at that time, you quickly make the payment and all that. If you are unlucky, you get back there, meters are not available.
Okay.
So a process that started in November last year. It wasn't until sometime last month that my meter was installed.
Wow, which is August. That's like 12, almost 10 months or so.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Now, meanwhile, because of the difficulties in vending, I had accumulated a lot of credit on my old meter. So I still have an outstanding issue with trying to migrate the credit I have on my old meter onto the new one.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm just making this point to say that there's a lot that needs to be done by IKEJA Electric to make things easier for customers.
All right, then. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much,
Alexander.
Mr. Alex. Thank you so much. But like he rightfully said, okay, so what we have done is to make that payment process a lot easier, such that once you get to the site, okay, you're seeing that the meters are available and then you're able to pay. Now, prior to now, when customers were not able to pay for meters, that was largely because there were issues regarding Forex, and so pricing was an issue. So
but now are the meters available?
Yes, they are. If you go to that site.
And can one really make payment through that site easily? Because what you're saying now is that it is very, very challenging for you to do that.
Absolutely. People are paying every day, Victor. Maybe you should visit that site after the program. If you go to that site, the good thing, like I said, is that you're seeing whether the meters are there or not. The only difference is that once the stock goes down, okay, at that particular time, you will not be able to pay. So we didn't allow your payment to go through. However, if you visit again, say in a space of maybe say 2 hours or 24 hours, of course, and they have stock, they would have uploaded that, and then you can go there and pay. However, before now, customers were not able to pay. There were period, intermittently where people would pay and not be able to pay again, and that's because, like I said, it was a pricing thing, and so the vendors had to, fix a price that was profitable to them.
This one says that IKEJA Electric should please open portal for single-phase meters so that we can pay. Prince Ademola Isaac Adireme sending that one in. So,
okay,
does it have to do with three-phase or single-phase?
Okay, so if you're on that portal, maybe Mr. Adireme just sent this in, right? So if you're on the portal and what you're saying is that three-phase meters are the ones available, it means that the stock on single phase is down at that particular point in time. Okay. So what you do is just revisit the site, and of course you'll be able to get the single phase that you want to buy.
All right, this one says, sir, it's easier said than done. If you want your meter as early as possible, just it says just go to pass through the middle main. Well, I don't understand this. It says it's easier said than done. If you want your meter as early as possible, just go to pass through the middleman. Benga is saying that one. So he's saying that it's easier done with middlemen than you doing it yourself.
No, I disagree with Benga. Benga, go to that site yourself, except you don't want to go to the site yourself. If you go there, everything is easy and user-friendly, straightforward. Go there, you see what you want to buy, you choose the vendor, you choose the price. Everything is at the customer's free will. That's the way it's been designed.
Right.
So you don't have need to use a middleman, except you just want to throw money around, and we don't encourage that.
All right, this one says, good morning, I am Rita from Ogba. Say, please, is there any appeal process for customers who believe they have been wrongfully moved to Band A? Is there a way one can appeal?
Yeah, sure. If you believe that you're not getting the 20 hours, the minimum 20 hours that is expected on your feeder, and you're getting less than that, that would be an anomaly. We can't upgrade you to a Band A if you're not a Band A customer. But if for whatever reason this customer feels that something is wrong somewhere, feel free to reach out to us. You can go into our walk-in center to complain, lodge a complaint, and ensure that you get a service request number. Okay. Another thing that you need to do, if you are not willing to go in physically, you can call us on 0201 7250 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com.
All right, so says Victor, what are the criteria for determining whether a customer qualifies for Band A? This is Bumi from, where is it? Iju. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just send all of these concerns to you very much later. This one says, will IKEJA Electric automatically move customers back to a lower band if electricity supply deteriorates?
The answer to
Rashid?
that is yes, Mr. Rashid.
Ah.
Yeah, so over a period of time, if they're not able to deliver 20 hours on that feeder, you get a corresponding downgrade.
Let's go now because of time constraints. So what's your parting thought? What's your message to people this morning?
Okay, so we always say here, we're just at your fingertips. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can go to IEServe on X. On Instagram, we're at IKEJA Electric. On Facebook, we're at IKEJA Electric. And you can reach out to us on 0201 7250 or send us an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com.
All right, then. We'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having you in the building. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, Victor.
Okay, then. So Mike James has produced the program this morning.